Hey guys, so about like a week and a half ago, I made a whole video on my final Pretty Little Liars theory. That was the one I was sticking with. That was my final thought of who AD was. And then I saw last night's episode and I'm confused again. I'm going to refilm who I think AD is for the final time. Basically, my first theory in the last video was Paige. That's who I thought AD was 100%. Now, I still do think Paige is AD for many reasons. One thing that I talked about in the last video was that her and Allie have a really bad past. That's why she would do these terrible things to Allison. And the reason she's doing these terrible things to these girls is because Emily is in love with Allison, and that makes Paige really mad. There's just like so many little Paige things. I'm gonna take some of the Paige things from the last video I filmed and insert them here because I can't remember them all. If you haven't seen this photo on Twitter yet, it is when AD gives the book to Jenna, and you can kind of see AD's hair like a tiny bit, like some psycho found this, I don't know how, but it's a short cut hair like Paige. Paige knows that Emily is so in love with Allison, and that makes Paige so angry, and that could be why Emily still gets like those AD texts and stuff. Like, of course, for the show, Emily has to get AD texts or else we would know it was her like right away. Now I'm going to give my final 5 suspects of who AD is, since there are only 5 episodes left. First one is Paige. That is my number 1 theory of who AD is, because there's so many different reasons. Suspect number 2 would have to be Lucas. Last night's episode, we found out a lot about Lucas knowing Charles. They made this comic book together about a little boy or a little girl, whatever, someone who was bullied, and then this lady came and like protected the young boy and did bad things to the people that bullied him. So I think that is a huge clue that AD is a female. Possibly. In the comic book, it's saying a lady helped like him avenge against the bullies. So it's possible Lucas is AD, of course, but I still think it's more possible that it's a female. So I still think Paige, but Lucas is definitely helping AD 100%. I think Lucas is the one that was so mad about Charlotte's death and wanted to know who killed Charlotte. So that's why that whole thing happened. So I definitely think Lucas is one of the helpers, possibly AD. I don't know. So the third person that I have as a suspect is Spencer has a twin. Now, of course, this is one of like the most common theories that there is out there, and that's one of the main reasons I don't think it's possible, only because Marlene King has stated that the person who is AD, no one is going to expect it, and I think it's something that we're all expecting for someone to have a twin. I do know that Allison is having twin girls, so that is where the twins come into play, but I don't think AD is going to be a twin just because it's what we're all expecting, and Marlene isn't going to do something that we're all expecting. Of course, is it possible that maybe Bethany Young is her twin, like, and that's how they're doing it? Yes, of course, and I really think that's possible. So for number 3, it's more like Spencer's a twin, but Spencer's twin is Bethany Young. That would just make the most sense, I feel like, but at the same time, there's no background story to it. Like, we don't know the background story yet, but Marlene King has said that we've met AD, but not met them. Like, we have, but haven't. So that's kind of weird, but that would mean Bethany Young is the 3rd Mary Drake child, which would be 100% accurate. Would make total sense. And the whole thing with Spencer meeting Ren in the airport was really weird. She went from going to find Mary really upset with the whole Detective Fury thing. Don't like him, by the way. So she seemed really upset about that because she's literally getting arrested. Like, they caught her at this point. And then the next scene, she's in the airport with Ren. Like, that doesn't add up. There's 2 of them, there's 2 of them. So, alright, Paige, Lucas, Spencer's twin, Bethany Young. Clearly the board game was very, they had to know about mechanics and computers and and apps on phones. We know Lucas runs an app company or something like that. Like, he knows how to work apps. So that's why that was going towards Lucas. Then of course you have Melissa and Ren and that whole situation with Jenna and Sydney. But again, like, that doesn't, I don't know, it's so expected. I'm really just sticking to Paige, Lucas, and Spencer whole twin theory Bethany Young situation. Of course, I think Jenna's involved. I think obviously Sydney's involved. And we found out that Ezra killed Charlotte. At least I think so. I mean, it's possible that he didn't, but they're showing a lot of signs that he did. So I think Ezra killed Charlotte. They haven't said it yet, but I really think he did. It would be really cool if it was like Ezra and Byron like teamed up and killed Charlotte, which would make sense. If someone was tormenting your daughter or your girlfriend, you would want them gone. So that would be really cool if it was Byron and Ezra, but it's definitely Ezra. The reason Lucas is clearly involved is because, first off, Hannah stays in his apartment. That is a clear way for AD and Lucas, whoever, to be able to hear the girls at like all times. There's always people in Hannah's apartment. That whole fire with Arya a while back happened in Hannah's apartment. Lucas clearly has the means to do those things since it's his loft. Also, the comic book, that's a clear sign, and since he is an app creator or whatever, he could clearly help create this board game because it's run, most of it is off an iPhone, which is an app. I think it was really weird that Ren was in last night's episode and that Spencer was talking to him right after being like accused for murder. I really don't know what's gonna happen with that. I heard one of the liars goes to jail, and right now it seems like Spencer is headed right to jail. I also think it's crazy that Spencer messed up that bad to give Archer's credit card at the bar. Like, how did she accidentally do that? She signed her name on the check with the card, like, and the police are gonna get that. So I don't know what's gonna happen to Spencer, or if that really This is the one making all the noise, if anyone's curious. Maybe the person at the bar wasn't even Spencer, it was her twin, and that's why she didn't even think about it. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. There are 5 more episodes left, you guys, so this is the final theory video that I'm doing. This is my last guess. If I'm right, I'm throwing a party. The only other 2 videos that I will be doing for Pretty Little Liars. You know how hard it's been to say that for the past 7 years? Live streaming while I watch the finale. It's my first time live streaming, and I'm going to be live streaming while I'm watching the finale so you guys can see my reactions while it's going on. And I'm going to be doing my afterthoughts, or, you know, what I think of who AD is and all that type of stuff. So stay tuned for those. I have a new video coming possibly Saturday, just because, you know, like I said, I post whenever now. So make sure you turn on my post notifications so you know exactly when I upload a new video and you never miss out. And also, if you love Pretty Little Liars, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And if you have any theories that you want me to read, if you think you're right, if you think you figured it out, then make sure to comment down below, because I would love to see if we could figure this out before the finale, because I cannot take it anymore. I can't. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next Wednesday with a new video. Bye!